Rakta Yahweh,
Rakta Yahweh,
Rakta Yahushua,
Rakta Yahushua,
Rakta Yahweh,
Rakta Yahweh,
Rakta Yahushua,
Rakta Yahushua,
Hashem,
Hashem,
Rakah,
Rakah,
Quadash,
Dash.
a double honor to the apostles, the elders, and salutations to you, sincere brothers, teaching in truth and in sincerity. This lesson is going to be entitled, This Society is Upside Down, okay? I mean, like, from everything we've been taught as far as tradition, such as religion and our culture and so on and so forth, is backwards, man. Everything is anti-Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. All right, so this society, which we're talking about in America, they push homosexuality, they push bestiality, they push idolatry, so on and so forth, drug use, and things of that nature, man. You know, anything that doesn't have morals and values relating or correlating to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, this society is for, man. And it's crazy when you have, like, such as 2/3 of our people, and even they notice it. You know, like, you know, a brother had sent a video dealing with Kodak Black, all right? And his baby mom is trying to initiate their son to be gay, only in America, man, all right? Because, like, in the ancient world, we did not tolerate that. We followed the law, statutes, and commandments, but when you're living in a wicked society, then the righteous are condemned for speaking out on this bullshit. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Isaiah chapter 45, verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
It says, I have made the earth and created man upon it.
Right, the Most High has made the earth and created man, okay? But if you can receive this in the spirit, Yahushua and the elected angels did this on the behalf / will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Go ahead, bro.
I, even my hands, have stretched out the heavens, and all their hosts have I commanded.
Mm-hmm.
And we jump to verse 9.
Go ahead.
Woe unto him that striveth with his maker.
Right, and who has striving with the maker? Esau. All right, and what Esau does is basically he indoctrinates 2/3 of our people with that same mindset. Because see, beginning with the elite, they understand who the chosen people of Yahweh are. Go ahead.
Let the potsherd strive with the potsherds of the earth.
Mm-hmm.
Shall the clay say to him that fashioned it, What makest thou? Or thy work, he hath no hands?
Right. So basically, whatever Esau does, he thinks that, you know, he is the Most High. But at the same time frame, you would never be greater than the Creator. All right, and this power that the Most High has given you, such as being the God of this world, the Most High has given you that stand.
And they strive with him because he gave them the manual to go by.
Yeah.
So now they fight against it. So now they're striving with their maker because they're acting like the body that you gave me isn't good enough. The personality that you gave me isn't good enough. The things that I know aren't enough for me to function. I need more, I need to be this.
Right.
I need to feel this way. I know you said go left. I know you say go right with your law, statutes, commandments, but no, I want to go left.
Mm-hmm.
So they strive with the Heavenly Father on a regular basis.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes for Esau and these other nations.
That's right.
And they go for you tribes out there, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Y'all strive with y'all maker on a day-to-day basis.
Right.
You know, and because whatever is right, like you're going into, whatever is right, they don't want to do that portion of it.
Right.
They want to do the contrary because it's more appealing to the flesh. It's more, it gets you more attention in the world. You know.
And Esau knows that the more you sin against Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, the Father, our nation becomes with the Most High. It creates further distance. Only the elect is going to have that contrite spirit and come back to the Most High, man. Go ahead, bro.
Isaiah 29:16. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay.
Right, this whole society, this whole concept of Esau's indoctrination will be destroyed, man. Why? Because it's set up to be an unrighteous kingdom, man. Go ahead.
And what it say? No hand joined in hand.
Right.
The wicked should not go unpunished.
Right, so hey, it doesn't matter how you 2/3 and how you say that according to the person Christian indoctrination that you believe, it doesn't matter how y'all are joined hand in hand. The Most High is going to destroy you as well as them, man. Because at this time frame, the scriptures are only for the elect. All right, and if you look and read the scriptures, it's black and white. It tells you that the Most High sent His Son Yahushua to die for the elect of Israel first, and then the 2/3 of our people will come back in the kingdom, man. Go ahead, bro.
For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not?
Right, so hey, it's nothing Esau can do. Look, the Most High created you, but at the same time frame, you was supplanted with, because it was set up in the spirit for you to give up that birthright, man. Go ahead.
Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding?
Right, so it's nothing, Esau, that you can do against Yahweh Shem Shai. All right, you are actually living on borrowed time, man. We are actually in the feet or the toes within your kingdom, man. Go ahead. All right, that's some stuff.
Yeah, this is an article from USA Today. It came out January the 23rd, 2019. It said Bible classes in public schools, while Christian lawmakers are pushing a wave of new bills. It said a wave of Bible literacy bills emerging in state legislatures will allow more students in public high schools to study the Old and New Testaments. Proposals from lawmakers in at least 6 states will require and encourage public schools to offer elective classes on the Bible's literacy and historical significance.
So what they're doing is they're programming you on how to think when it comes to the scriptures, man. All right, that's what Esau does. That's why you have to go to school and go to college, so on and so forth, so you can further be indoctrinated with this BS, man.
It says how they want to go into the Bible's literacy, literary and historical significance. Only thing they're gonna do is twist it all around.
That's
You
it.
know what I'm saying? They're just gonna keep furthering that white supremacy doctrine, man.
That's it.
You know, when we talk about the color of the Heavenly Father and His Son and the prophets. You know, only thing they're gonna do is just make it seem like these so-called white people.
I gotta back it up. I gotta preach some back you up.
Go ahead, bro.
Right here in Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
So the Most High, He gave the so-called white man, who are known as the biblical Edomites, the control of the earth for a certain period of time.
That's right.
He covered the faces of the judges thereof.
Yep, and that's what we see nowadays. That's why you see so images of the Messiah painted as the so-called white man.
That's why the Dark Ages became the Renaissance.
Yep, good. The process called iconoclasm.
That's right.
If not, where and who is he?
Yep. So that was Joe just being, like sarcastic, man. But we know where he is, man. He's on this planet Earth today. That's why I say Esau is the end of the world.
That's right, man. And then you have transvestites going to Head Start or kindergarten, pushing that bullshit, reading reading these kids stories, and then meanwhile, I think it was in South Carolina, maybe like a couple of weeks ago, you actually had a school and on a field trip, and these black students were picking cotton, you know, on the behalf of their teachers watching them, man. All right, hey, this society is upside down, man. All right, why? Because what they do is they put the light, on the back burner as they push the wickedness, man. All right, and as prophets of Yahweh Shem Shai, we've been here, we've been programming the spirit to basically break down these strongholds, man. Going into these imaginations, which is further going into further indoctrinations, man.
Right, because they strive against their maker. And as David prayed, he said, "What? Do not I hate them that hate thee, or Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah?"
That's right.
And we of that same spirit, man. And because that the prophets and righteous men of the Heavenly Father are the light unto the world. Light and darkness can't abide together.
That's right.
If we turn off all the lights in this room, it's going to be consumed by darkness.
That's right.
If we turn on one light in this room, that light is going to override all darkness.
That's right, bro. That's right.
Right. This relating to the article, this is the book of Psalm 50:16. Unto the wicked.
The wicked are these Edomites, man. Okay, go ahead.
Unto the wicked, Most High said, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth?
Right, and that's what they do. They claim that they are a God-fearing people and that this is a God-fearing country, but they do everything opposite of what Yahweh Shem Shai instructs them to do, man.
Yeah, now we at 2019. We're at the end of Esau's rulership. Now he want to push a vibration and having Bible class in the public schools now. It's too late for that, man.
Right.
We had hundreds of years to, you know what I'm saying? You call this the Bible, the law of the land? Back when Ronald Reagan's time.
That's right.
God we trust.
Yeah, the God we trust and the dollar bills.
That's
So
right.
you had all that time frame trying to get your act together. But hey, that's why the Most High said this. What hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth, seeing thou hatest instruction?
And instructions comes from the Holy Scriptures, man. So if you open up the Holy Scriptures, it instructs you how to live in a righteous manner, man.
And casting my words behind thee.
Meaning you don't do nothing the Scriptures tell you to do, man. Right?
Second Ezra chapter 15 verse 6. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth.
Right, and this is the behalf. No, so like this is the state of the earth right now, man. All right, and all of this BS is being spearheaded by this country we call America, or we deem the United States.
Yeah, that's what that's why how you said pollute the whole earth, like the brother was saying. Esau, he's like a cancer, man. One thing about cancer, if you find it on one side of your body, this shit spreads. That's how Esau's wickedness is. That's why I posted earlier today to our group chat how Esau, how you have the hair dye, that gives you breast cancer. So a lot of our women, they subscribe to those hair dyes.
That's right. And if it gives the woman breast cancer, just think about what those chemicals are doing to your brain.
Yeah. And also just a quick title from National News, it say, U.S. chicken farms are so dirty, meat has to be washed with chlorine before being sold for human consumption. It's just showing that wickedness has exceedingly polluted this whole earth, man, because it's getting to the so-called white man's hands.
That's right. And it goes to show you that the validity of the Scriptures, and that these Scriptures are the book of the living. Because it states in the book of Ezekiel how we were going to eat our bread defiled amongst the Gentiles, man. All right? So we can't get away from these prophecies, man. All right? And only the elect is going to adhere to the voice of Yahweh Shem Shai and understand that the concept of America is lethal injection if you believe in this shit, because you will be judged, man.
And the same way we believed and partook of the curses, the same way we believe and going to partake in the prophecies.
That's right, brother.
The prophecies are future blessings upon those that fear Yahweh Shem Shai.
Right.
This world, this current world and this structure right here, you can't explain no way in hell on why it should continue.
Right.
When you look at the kingdoms of old, the scriptures even say to remember Sodom and Gomorrah. Why does he tell you to remember that? Hey, because you got to understand the things that they were doing, the lifestyle that they were living. And to not do that because there was a reference point on this is what happened when you live ungodly.
That's right, bro.
And you had Barack Obama come in and make gay marriage law across the from east to west and west to east, north to south. Everybody's hand in hand, and parading around the city, Now they have rights and protections, all these different things that ought not to have been done because the Heavenly Father created man for whom? For woman.
Right.
And he created woman for whom? Man. Right. He didn't create John and Jake to be together, John and Tim, and he didn't create Mary and Caitlin or Mary and Catherine to be together, man.
That's right. The Most High stated in the book of Genesis, the first chapter, be fruitful. Said you're not a real man if you have more than one woman. But meanwhile, what makes you real when you marry a gay man? This shit is upside down, bro. And like the elder said, if you can't see through this bullshit, man, like literally, you're going to be destroyed, man.
You really are.
I mean, god damn.
And even a concept, something simple as when in Rome is the Romans.
Right.
In Las Vegas, what do they call it? Sin City. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. You got all these different reference points. And then look at ancient Greece. Look at ancient Rome. Yep. Look at ancient Egypt. Look at any other historical nation or country that was before this so-called great U.S. of A. And do a comparison. Do a contrast.
And you know what, bro? And that's a beautiful point, because if you go into the book of Daniel, the 2nd chapter, when Daniel was explaining the dream to Nebuchadnezzar, he stated to him that after thee there were going to be kingdoms inferior to thee. All right, so that's why the Babylon Empire was likened to gold, and then you had the silver. Then you had the brass, and then you had the iron, man. All these kingdoms wax worse and worse and worse, going into the prophecy that Daniel spoke into Nebuchadnezzar, man.
And then now in your school system, you have teachers and substitute teachers. You have these bus drivers. You have these principals and these deans, so on and so forth, who are flaming homosexuals.
Yeah.
Who are flaming lesbians.
Yeah.
And then now you have book writers and authors
Mm-hmm.
who are writing children's books based upon their homosexuality.
That's right.
And then now they open it up because here's a book that my daughter got from. Let me see if I can. That's a book that my daughter likes. She likes to read, right? So she went to the school library and picked up 5 books, and this is one of them, and it's called the Family Book, right? So inside this book it says some families have 2 moms or 2 dads. What the hell? What does a 7-year-old child have anything to do with that?
Right. And see, when you get these children that young, they're easily to be programmed into the lifestyle you want them to participate in, man.
Yep.
That's why it's important for parents to rear their kids up at home, man. But what they do is, beginning with the elite, the reason why your kids have to be in school for 7 and 8 and 9 hours, because the more they're away from their parents, the more the elite can raise them, man. All right, and that's why the parents have to work doubles and work extended amount of hours to put these kids into these good schools and to give them an acceptable lifestyle, man. All right, y'all got something, brother? Give me that Revelation 18:3, bro. LB. Yeah, he can do this.
Revelation 18:3.
Mhm.
For all nations have drunk
For
of
all nations, man, and all of these nations are joint heirs with America, man. All right, go ahead.
For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
Right, meaning they have participated, and then they have participated so much into these lifestyles or these indoctrination that America pushed, they overly did it, man. Go ahead.
And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her.
Why? Because the kings of the earth leave their way of living, and then they start accepting America's way of living.
Why you see Mickey D's and Burger King
Yeah.
over there in them other countries now.
Or Moab and suits.
Yeah, or you see the women over in other countries, like more like the Eastern countries wearing pants.
And they're pushing them to drive. You know what I'm saying? All that's an example of this scripture, real time, man.
And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her,
Mhm.
and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacy.
Right. Because in order to basically play, you have to sleep with the whore, man. Okay, you have to pay to play, so on and so forth. And once you start participating with America, what does she do? She rewards you for that wickedness, man. Look at South Korea. Look at Japan. Look at Iraq, so on and so forth, man. All right, these nations are embedded with America, such as the EU. I mean, I understand that these are fellow Edomite countries, but at the same time frame, they're still embedded with America. Go ahead.
It says,
Is that it, bro?
yes.
Okay.
And I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people."
Right. So this voice is instructing the elect to come out of her, man. Why? Because this place is polluted. You got that, Michael? Yeah.
That you be not partakers of her sins, and that you receive not of her plagues.
Right. So you have to come out of here spiritually, so you won't be what now?
So you won't be partakers of her sins.
Right. So you won't be partakers with her sin, and what else?
And that you receive not of her plagues.
Right, because the Most High is going to judge you, you know. And ultimately, what this lifestyle that America is going to promote you to do is to show Esau, beginning with the elite bankers, your allegiance by accepting this microchip. Go ahead, brother.
Proverbs chapter 11, verse 23. The desire of the righteous is only good.
Right, the desire of the righteous is only good. So what are we desiring for? The kingdom of heaven. For this society to be destroyed, man. And the only way that this world is going to be better, going to return back to that paradise state, the Most High has to send a Redeemer, Yahushua, the King of Kings. Go ahead, bro.
But the expectation of the wicked is wrath.
Right. The expectation of the wicked is wrath, man. Because you got to think about this. Esau don't want to give up this bullshit ass kingdom. all right, and beginning with the elite, they understand that, hey, once we leave this so-called rulership, we would never attain rulership again. All right, bro.
And the expectation of having wrath, the Heavenly Father's going to give them what they're seeking, man. And because wrath is going to come down and rain down upon them from the heavens up above, man. It's going to be wrath from on high.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be righteous indignation from the Heavenly Father. Because as we referenced earlier, when you look at all the kingdoms of old, you can't excuse the wickedness that they did and conducted. And then you can't look at the Heavenly Father as being unrighteous, but judge them based upon what they did.
Right.
The scriptures say what? That every man shall be judged according to his works,
Mm-hmm.
according to his deeds, whether they were good or whether they were evil.
Right.
What's one good thing the so-called white man has done upon the face of the planet?
Right.
What is one good thing that America has done corporately, so to speak, for its citizens,
Mm-hmm.
man? It's nothing.
That's right.
They've allowed them to be undisciplined.
Mm-hmm.
They've allowed everybody freedom and
Mhm.
free will to be anti-God.
Right.
But they scream anti-Semitism, different things of that nature.
Right.
They scream anti-homosexual. You're, what's the word when you're against homosexuals? Homophobic.
Yeah.
They scream those terms, but you can blatantly disrespect the Heavenly Father.
Right.
You can blatantly denounce the Bible. You can blatantly disregard His laws, statutes, and commandments. That's acceptable. Somebody has to pay for that.
Right.
It's just simple. It's simple.
Right.
It's really simple. On the job,
Mhm.
you got rules, regulations, processes, and procedures.
Mhm.
If either of those four are broken,
Mm-hmm.
there's disciplinary action
That's right.
and/or
That's right.
and/or what?
Termination.
And/or termination. Esau is going to be terminated.
That's right.
The so-called white man and his United States of America whole corporate system is going to be terminated.
That's right, bro.
And you can't get around it because even on the job, when something so foul happens, you know without a shadow of a doubt, they can get rid of his ass.
Hell yeah.
That's in your head, that's in the break room,
Mhm.
that's in the cafeteria,
Mhm.
that's the chatter.
Right.
They can get rid of him because the scriptures say what? That his sins have reached unto the heavens.
That's right.
You can't excuse that.
That's
if
right.
your sins have reached unto the heaven, you have climaxed.
Mhm.
You to a beacon and a point of no return.
That's right.
But everybody's fighting for this place.
That's right.
That's why the scripture says to arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest.
Right.
Because the land is polluted and it will destroy you with the utter with an utter destruction.
That's right. And get that, bro. And get that polluted in the Hebrew, bro. That's something else?
This is Micah 2:10. Arise ye and depart,
Right. Only the elect is going to rise and depart. Go ahead.
for this is not your
From a
rest.
spiritual standpoint, meaning you will never receive peace within the lifestyle of America, man. Why? Because it's wicked. All right. It doesn't satisfy the spirit. It only adheres to the flesh. Go ahead, bro.
Because it is polluted,
This place is polluted. Go ahead.
it should destroy you even with a sword of
And
destruction.
2/3 of our people will be destroyed by a sword of destruction. Hence, missile activity. All right. Now, when you go into that term, polluted, it's gonna have the foul Shekinah.
Tameh, Tamah.
Tomorrow.
It says to be unclean,
All right, this place is unclean. Go ahead.
become unclean,
This place has became unclean.
become impure,
Go ahead.
to be or become unclean
Mhm.
sexually, religiously,
From a sexually standpoint, because what do? They push homosexuality,
And
they-
pedophilia.
pedophilia.
And you
All
still
right.
have popes and Catholic bishops who are hidden away and tucked away.
Right.
But yet they persecuting.
Michael Jackson.
They persecuted a dead man.
Yeah.
They persecuted R. Kelly.
Right.
They persecuted Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
Everybody of color is getting beat to sleep.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? By this judicial system, but you got the owner of the New England Patriots
Right.
caught red-handed,
Right.
and he's not even put on the news right now.
Oh, what about what's that nigga name? Warrenstein, Harvey Warrenstein. Basically, he was forcing women to sleep with him for upcoming movie roles. You ain't heard nothing else about it. But they were saying that his court date supposed to happen last week, and that was the reason why the R. Kelly blast was promoted. And just like Michael Jackson, he was a fucking white priest, all right? He would have been moved to another parish or something, man. All right, this place is fucking wicked, man. All right, and you motherfuckers, if you can't see it, shame on you, man. And may the Most High kill you, man. All right? What you got, bro?
Like it says, to defile oneself, be defiled sexually, by idolatry.
By idolatry, man, America pushes idolatry, man. All right, it tells you to worship everything excluding Yahweh Yahweh Shai. All right, now 2/3 of you people, this is what this is for. Because you supposed to be worshiping Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. You other nations, you can worship a goddamn fossil. Okay, up until the kingdom of heaven is established on earth. But we also know that 2/3 of our people will continue to walk in the ways of America. Therefore, there will be destroyed, man. All right, Isaiah Chicago.
And it says ceremonially.
Ceremony, man. And that's just going into certain festivities,
These
holidays. You know, all of that shit is geared with the satanic vibration, a satanic twist. All right.
It's Isaiah 10:1. And it says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and their right grievousness which they have prescribed.
All right, and that's going into Esau, man. All right, Esau write all these laws and things of that nature. Esau creates the concept of these legislations, man. All right, so now it's not cool to be a heterosexual. All right, but now it's all cool to be homosexual. And when you go to that term homosexual, that means afraid of, man. All right, nobody's afraid of homosexuals. We're saying that they're not right. It's a play on words, man.
Homophobia.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, my bad, homophobia. It's the fear of someone that basically, it's the fear, it's the fear of a person that likes the same sex. But it's a play on words, though.
Right.
You want to say something?
No, I was saying, like you said, we're not scared on homo.
Yeah.
Alright, it says, woe to them that decree unrighteous decrees and their right grievousness which they have prescribed.
Right. Say that again, man.
And their right grievousness which they have prescribed.
Right, because basically this legislation is grievous, man. All right, because hey, as a God-fearing man and God-fearing men, you know that shit ain't right. You know, when you wake up and you go to work and you see how this legislation promotes this wicked lifestyle, it's grievous, man. All right, it vexes your spirit, man. All right, you can't be you in a society that's not right, man. If you are a man of the Lord, man.
Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 7. Babylon has been a golden cup.
Babylon is America, okay? America does everything its mother does, okay? Go ahead.
That made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad.
Spoken of in Revelation, okay, 18th chapter, verse 3. And when you go into that term golden cup, in Hebrew that cup means portion. When you go into that term golden, like when you think about like the Olympics, you think about gold, you think about silver and bronze. Everybody's competing for that gold. Right, that's the #1 position. So America is that top position of wickedness that the Most High has promoted on earth, man. And it's going to be a memorial of what not to do in the kingdom of heaven. That's why this place will never be inhabited again, man.
Real quick.
Go ahead, bro.
Jeremiah 51 and 37. And Babylon shall become heaps, a dwelling place for dragons.
Via nuclear activity, man. All right, this large and big ass, massive landmass will be destroyed, man, within 1 hour, man, because that's the might and the willpower of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Go ahead, bro.
And astonishment.
And astonishment, like, God damn, did you see that? All right, and all these other nations, they're gonna see that because you gotta understand something. Technology is still gonna be going on in these other nations, so they're gonna see America being destroyed, man.
And an hissing without an inhabitant.
Right, and a hissing without an inhabitant. So the only creatures that's gonna be on this landmass is desert-like creatures, man. The satyr and the owl and so on and so forth. Spoken of in Isaiah the 34th chapter, towards the end of that chapter. All right.
Isaiah 29:15. Woe to them that seek thee to hide their counsel from the Lord.
Hey, and that's what you do. And the scripture says, "Woe unto you." What does woe mean? Destruction to you, death to you, Edomites, man. Because what you do is you don't manifest what you really about within your legislation, man. Go ahead, bro. You utilize hidden words,
right.
Man.
On the street, they say you ain't about what you be talking.
That's
about.
right, bro.
It says,
In the world, I should say.
In the world.
Woe to them that seek deep to hide their counsel from
Yeah,
you.
and they deep with it, bro. I mean, like, these mugs got this shit to a science, man. Whether I mean, you know, and it's so. That's why the scriptures label this race of Edomites as the serpent, man, the red dragon as well, man. Because when you think about snakes and when you think about dragons, that's king intelligence, man. Hence the term "Enter the Dragon" by Bruce Lee. He had mastered all concepts of martial law. That's why that movie was called Enter the Dragon, man. Go ahead, bro. And also the thing about a dragon, they're very austere, man. Hence the term draconian laws, man. What does that mean? Goes into that term austere means harsh. Go ahead, bro.
So woe to them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord.
Mhm.
And their works are in the dark.
Yeah, the worst are in the dark, man. All right, go ahead.
And they say, who see us?
Yeah, who see us, man? Because at the end of the day, these people don't see what the hell is going on. You know, people within their nation don't see what's going on. But the elect do. Now, you do have some whistleblowers that have made videos on YouTube trying to enlighten the general public. But the elect see you kingly, man. Be of the spirit of Yahweh Shem Al-Shah.
And who knoweth us, surely your turning of things upside down
Mhm.
should be esteemed as a potter's clay.
Right, yeah, and that's what we're waiting on, the destruction of America when Yahushua comes in here like a thief in the night, man. All right? To put that light of wickedness out, man. And to enlighten the world with the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh.
It says, for should the work say of him that made it, he made me not.
Right.
Or should the thing framed say of him that framed
So
it.
he's saying shit you can do, man. All right, you know this world. All right, this technology that you have. All right, where you can able to manipulate people through your media. Another form of witchcraft that you have, man. The Most High has given you that. But at the same time frame, you can't say that due to the fact that you have these attributes or these assets at this time frame, you're greater than the Most High. That's just bullshit he gave you, man.
Since he had no understanding.
Mm-hmm. Because if you had any understanding, you would not do that. You would understand the downfall that you're gonna have. Because why? The Most High deemed you to be the wicked.
And because a righteous man foreseeth the evil.
Yeah.
Esau doesn't see any evil in his future.
Mm-hmm.
And because it says what that they think that their houses shall continue forever.
That's right. That's right.
Jeremiah 33:6. Behold, I will bring in health and cure, and I will cure them, and will reveal to them the abundance of peace and truth.
And that starts with the word, man. All right. That starts with this word. All right. This word renews your spirit. Once your spirit is satisfied, okay, basically you're enlightened. All right. You are now out of the congregation of the dead, and you live. Okay. And that's why you are able to understand and open up and navigate within the book of the living.
Yep.
All right.
This is the time Yahushua, he's turning things right side up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, first and foremost, like brother said, about the truth being revealed now. Because it said that truth will spring the whole, forth the whole earth.
That's
man.
right.
So hey, we in that process of time right now, because Esau, his ways and his laws have been shadowed, with just pure wickedness.
That's right.
So now Yahushua, he got that light out. And that's where my brothers need to try to get this truth while they can. Man.
Yeah, and that's why this place would never be a continuous city, an ongoing city, because it promotes wickedness.
Yep.
That's all I got. Y'all know good?
Yeah.
All right, hey, the water, asking for y'all participation. The water. And Lord willing, y'all were edified. All praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash.
A double honor to the apostles, the elders, and salutations to you, sincere brothers, teaching in truth and in sincerity. Shalom.
Shalom.